What is good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cat back with another video for you guys today. We're going to be talking about my top 5 characters that I would love to see in Dragon Ball Fighterz when the game comes out. We're not going to be talking about characters that I believe will be DLC characters, which are Tournament of Power Arc characters. I believe all Tournament of Power Arc characters will be DLC if we get them at all. Characters like Kale, Khalifa, Jiren. If we get them at all in the game, I believe they will be DLC, so I'm not going to mention any of those at all in this video. There are going to be some obvious characters, I feel, but then there's going to be some where people are going to be surprised. Especially, I know one of them. People who I feel will be very surprised at one of my top 5 choices. But you guys have to think, in this game, any kind of character from Dragon Ball could be good. Honestly, Farmer with a shotgun could probably be good in this game if they gave him the right kind of combos and you figured out how to use him. That's how this game really is. Like, literally anybody can be good. That's why I'm excited to play with characters like Tien and Yamcha as well, because they can just be just as good as someone like Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan or Trunks if you know how to use them correctly. So again, we're gonna get this top 5 list started off. And also remember that this list has no particular order from 5 to 1. This is not like the 5th most that I want to see or the number 1 I want to see. These are just the 5 characters that I would like to see in the game when it does come out. Now, the first one I want to mention is a probably very obvious one, and that is Hit. Hit is probably one of the most popular characters in Dragon Ball period right now. Everybody loves Hit in Super. Everybody loves him in Xenoverse. He is a pretty OP in Xenoverse though. But when it comes to a game like this, I don't really think that any character will be considered OP, at least right now. No character is really considered OP. Every character is almost on an even playing ground. And again, it really comes down to knowing how to use the character as opposed to, you know, their stats just being off the charts like it could be in Xenoverse 2. So Hit, I really would love to see. I mean, they could give him the Flash Fish Crush, actually have it to where it's like a blast, almost how he punches and it goes through stuff, like how when he fought Goku on Earth, it went through the trees and things like that. If they had that as one of his attacks, you know, of course with a level 3 super, I would love to see something with the time skip where it actually goes into that little realm, that time skip realm that Hit goes into. I believe that they could do some dope animations with his ultimates as well, I mean his supers. So I really would love to see Hit in this game. Just an amazing character in Dragon Ball Super period. So I would love to see, and I'm pretty sure everybody else would love to see him as well. Now the second one is another somewhat obvious one, and that is Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. And the reason I'm saying Super Saiyan Rose is because it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting any kind of base form characters in this game. Every character so far that is like a Saiyan is transformed. Vegeta is Super Saiyan, Goku Super Saiyan, both of them are Super Saiyan Blue as well if you get the pre-order. Gohan Super Saiyan 2 and Trunks is Super Saiyan. So I don't think that they would change that for Goku Black if they put him in the game. So I believe he'll be Super Saiyan Rose right off the bat if they do put him in the game. But the reason I want to see him honestly is because he's my favorite villain in the history of Dragon Ball. To be honest, guys, like, he is probably my favorite villain ever in the history of Dragon Ball. I just love the concept that they had behind him. Loved how just the moves that he had, like Divine Lasso. That was just his moves with the blade coming out with the key blade. Just probably one of the cleanest villains ever that we have seen in Dragon Ball, and it was probably one of the best stories as far as Dragon Ball arcs go until the end. I really didn't like how they've ended it with the merge of Masu and all that. But the Goku Black arc, again, was probably one of the best arcs in the history of Dragon Ball, so I really loved it, and he is my favorite villain, so of course I would love to see him in this game as well. Now, the next one is basically, it's 2 characters, but we're going to mention them as one because they're basically going along the same concept, and that is Gogeta and Vegito. I would love to see at least one of these characters, if not both of them, in this game, guys. I would feel they would be very fun characters to use. Like with Vegito, the Spirit Sword animation, do you know how amazing that would look? Hopefully it would be a level 3 ult if they did put Vegito in. And guys, the animation right there, Spirit Sword is probably one of the more favorited moves in the history of Dragon Ball. And Xenoverse, it's just in Xenoverse 2, you cannot really use the move to its full extent unless you're at the top of the map. They did fix it to where, you know, you do get the land. If you hit your puncture your opponent, you'll automatically get that first hit no matter what, unless they use an evasive, but at the same time it never gets that full damage with the second hit. So that right there, that level 3 super attack, just imagine the animation that they would give Vegito for that. And I really think Vegito would be another fun character as well. His combos would be looking absolutely insane, because you know a lot of times he just, how in Xenoverse, how he just does the kicks and he crosses his arms and things like that. I feel they would give him some insane combos in Dragon Ball Fighterz. And same goes for Gogeta, another character that I would really like to see. Again, they go along the same concept, guys, so that's why I counted them as one. So now moving on with the list, the next character that I would really like to see, the last two I saved. The last two were those I feel are more surprises, or people wouldn't have these on their top 5 list, but the last two are on this list because, again, this game you can really be good with anybody. It doesn't matter if you're fighting with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan against Krillin. It can be a very even match if you know how to use Krillin and the other knows how to use Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So for that reason, guys, any character really can be in this game and can be very good as well. So the next two I'm going to mention, first we're going to start off with Master Roshi. I would really love to see Roshi in this game. Just imagine how much of a tactical character he could be. You know, they could do something with Lullaby Punch. Of course, you got Turtle Style Last Result. Of course, he's got Kamehameha, things like that. They could do something with his bulk up transformation, how they have Golden Frieza's transformation in here. They could do something like that with him, where you have to, I believe you have to have 5 bars for Golden Frieza. You could do the same thing for Roshi, where you have to have 5 bars and you could go into that bulky form. But again, you could do so many tactical things. They could give him the Drunken Fist as one of his little super attacks, how Goku has the regular Kamehameha or something like that. They could give him something like that as well. He could just be such a tactical character and a fun character to use at the same time, especially with the, you know, the screen time that he just got in Super. A lot of people have come back to love Roshi again, and I feel like he would just be a very, very fun character to use in this game. Just imagine having that old ass man out there whooping ass, just throwing hands with the Super Saiyans and all that. I feel he would be a very, very fun character to use again, and they can make him so tactical that it would just be so different from other characters, because again, as you guys have seen in the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power arc, Roshi is very wise. He has a lot of tactics in his bag. So again, I really, really would like to see Roshi in this game, and really would like to see him done well and made well with some very cool tactics that you have to kind of master to use. Not a character that's very easy right off the bat. You have to learn how to use his tactics to be good with him. So that's why I have Master Roshi on this list. And the last character that I'd really, really like to see in this game is Pikkon. I feel Pikkon has not gotten any love in such a long time. I mean, he hasn't been in either Xenoverse game, period. And Pikkon is one of my favorite characters in the history of Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball period as a whole. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Pikkon is one of my favorite characters in the history of the show as a whole. Now, I know I just mentioned something about GT, guys. The reason I did not mention any GT characters is because I don't believe we'll be getting any in this game. So for those who are going to ask down below in the comments, that's why. But again, man, Pikkon is just one of my favorite characters in the history of Dragon Ball Z, and I feel like he has not gotten any love. So I would really like to see him in a video game as well. You know, bring back the Budokai Tenkaichi days and things like that, where he actually was in the video game and he was very fun to use. So I would really love to see him come in Dragon Ball Fighterz as well. But those are the 5 characters that I would really like to see, guys. Let me know the 5 that you would like to see down below in the comments, in the little top 5 list for you guys as well in the comments, because I want to know what other people are thinking and what kind of characters they would like to see in the game, and maybe some that I missed as well that I would like to see personally that I just didn't think of at the time. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, hope you guys have a good day. Peace, y'all.